Right, so I'm going to start with drawing the section, which is that one there, and it's going to be laid out on our drawing exactly the same as that. And the reason for that is we can transfer all the lines from these fillets and things across through onto the bed mould when we draw it beside the section. So I'll get started with drawing the section. So the size for it is, it's 150mm that way, which would be the height of the section, and 200 in width. All right, so that's the width of the stone. So I'll draw that to start with. So this is obviously 1:1, full size. You can't see that, can you? I think I might have to zoom out a little bit. Here we go. So it's 150. I'll just check I've got room to draw the section, the bed mould beside it, which I just have. So we've got 150 there. And this ruler's resting against my board square, so I can draw a line with it. Now I've got a red lead in my pencil at the moment, which is supposed to represent fine lines, but I'm not sure if you can see it, so I'm going to swap pencils. For a black one, which might make it easier for you to see. So there's our 150. Now we've got to go 200 the other way. So if I set my 3060 set square on the first mark, I can go to 200 there. And it's as easy as that. Now, it doesn't matter if with these pencils you go a little bit longer than, or make your line longer than you need to, because you can always rub it out. Sorry about the iPad wobbling. Right, so that's the outline for our section. So the next thing we need to do is draw in what would be our wall line. So that is 75 from the back, and then another 35 down for that first fillet. I'll use a ruler for that. Okay, so if we put all our sizes down on the front of what is the front of the stone, so we got 60mm to start with, then another 40, which is 100, another 40, which is for the ovolo, and then 10 for the fillet. Alright, so this is where the magic starts to happen now. you get your compass, alright, set it to that mark there, we draw that up there like that, and then if you put your square against that second mark you put in, where you just put your compass, you can draw your fillet, which is 10mm. So that's 10mm there. Alright. Now if we carry on with that line up faintly, alright, the radius of the ovolo is 40. So if we go 50mm at that line, which is just there, the radius of the cavetto was 40, so this ovolo is 40 as well. So if we put the compass just there, oh, make sure you've got it held firmly or else it will come out. Right, up there. If we bring the board square up to the point where we had the compass put in, and go like that, that's the actual shape of the section drawn. Alright. Just there. Right, so if we try and right, so if we put our wall line in now, which is 125 back from the front, just there. See if I can get this board square up without wobbling everything. Okay, that's the wall line. Which bit should we do next? I think we better do the joggle next, which is that little thing in there. So the centre point of that joggle will be in the middle of the this section. So half of 75 is 37.5. Get my ruler on there. I'm trying to get my ruler on. It's just there. We put a faint line up through there like that. Not sure if you can see that, but that's the middle of our joggle. Now I'm going to use the 45-degree set square to do a little line off that way and a little line off that way. Now if you have a look, that joggle's 20mm wide. Can you see that? Yeah. So that'll be 10 each side of that centre line. Like that. Do another line up there like that till it hits the 45 that I did. And another. Now that is 25mm. There's one to one that side. It's 25. that. So that's our joggle drawn. Now, I don't know if you can see the drawing. I've got a couple of extra lines to put in. Move it down a little bit. We've got that, which is the bottom part of the joggle to draw in, and then I'll show you how to draw the red lines that are hatching. Alright, so it's quite simple to do that bottom part. It's just another 45 drawn off the corners like that. So if we put that line in a bit darker now, like that. Right, if I swap pencils for my red one. Now this, what I'm going to do now, is called hatching, right, and it shows, it's an indication of a part of the stone that wouldn't be visible when the rest of it is fixed in the wall, so you wouldn't see it. Alright, so it's one dotted line, one solid line. Like that. Okay. Right, we're going to draw the bed mould now, which is going to be off to the right hand side of the section. The gap's not going to be very big between the two. And because I can't get far enough away from it with my iPad to show the whole drawing, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some lines across from all these little points, right, which will result in all these lines here, and then I'll move the camera over so you can just see the bed mould and you'll see how I draw that. Right, so and these will be dotted lines. That one's a solid one. There's that. Come on. Up you go, you know you can do it. Sorry about this, the bottom of the drawing board gets caught on my base from my camera. That's a solid line. So is that. And so is that. Right. Right, now you can just see the top edge of the section that I drew. And all the lines that I put through. So if we draw, if I draw what would be the right hand side of the bed mould, and we measure 300mm, which is the length of the bed mould. You can still see that 300mm mark, yeah. That's the other end of our bed mould. Oh. Now this comes together quite quick and easy because you've got all your lines already done for you. Right, so we'll use the 45-degree set square to go across there lightly, across there lightly. Right, now our return, I'll put the return lines in for you. That's a 45, what would represent a 45-degree mitre, looking down on it from the top. Right, so that's our wall line. Okay, so that goes like that. Right, and then all of these lines will go that one should have been dotted, sorry about that. That one goes in there like that. Okay. Now this one, because it's, you would see that from looking down on top of stone, goes there like that. That one goes in there like that. Now the reason for these dotted lines is that if you were looking down on top of your stone, the thing that we call a drip that's on the underside wouldn't be visible from the top. So we draw it in with a dotted line to show the mason that's working it that it wouldn't be visible from the top, and it goes on the bottom of the stone. Alright. Right, so now basically all of these lines go right the way to the back. Like that. That one's dotted. Sorry about the voices in the background. It's my wife on the phone. Right, so basically that's the bed mould drawn. All that needs to be done now is to make it a little more clear. Is we could perhaps go over it in pen and then rub out all the lines that we don't need. All right, but I will do that off camera and then show you it when it's finished.